So, like a lot of you guys, I like watching videos. One day I'm watching a video and it's about this guy talking about his Viper, his late 90s Viper GTS. And he was saying how it was one of the greatest cars he's ever driven. And I was like, man, I've always loved the Viper, never driven one, never had the chance to. And I just got pumped. I started doing more research and how affordable they are and watching other videos and how people like them and how they're going up in value. And I decided right there, I was like, I think I'm gonna try to buy a Viper. So I did what any reasonable person did, and I gave my accountant a phone call. I explained him the situation. YouTube channel's doing pretty good. I think I need to buy a Viper. He actually didn't hate the idea. My accountant is also my dad. So then I'm doing some more research and I'm looking at I'm talking to a couple different people. It seemed like every person who owns a Viper does not just own one Viper, they own like 3 or 4 other Vipers. I was talking to one guy with a 99 ACR, really sweet Viper, but it was silver, but those ACR BBS wheels are insane. I love them. And then I was talking to someone else with the color and the year that not only do I want, but every other person wants. A 96 GTS blue with white stripes. So I'm talking to them. We're going back and forth, trying to figure out a good price. We have it scheduled to pick it up. No, we have scheduled to pick it up on Monday, and then she tells me that on Saturday, like Monday won't work. Now I've already sent a deposit. I'm planning on stuff to get this figured out, and Monday will not work. So no other days would work. I'm like, okay, what about tomorrow? Does tomorrow work? So she says tomorrow works. I get my brother. We get loaded up. We start heading on the trip. Little did we know, we are in Pennsylvania. Weather's pretty decent right now. At this point in time, we're in early December. Weather's pretty decent. We are going to New Hampshire. I've never been to New Hampshire. I know it's very far north, always snowing nonstop. The goal was that we were going to go up there, and I was going to drive it back some of the way, maybe most of the way. But we did bring the trailer just in case. The Viper's been sitting for a couple years. It was in an estate. The owner died, and then the daughter got it. So one of the big concerns is what's the weather going to be like? Will I be able to make it home? Will I be able to get it home? A lot of unknowns. Looking at the weather, it's supposed to be less than 30 degrees. It was supposed to be snowing in New Hampshire on that day. So we leave Saturday night. What's up, guys? Sean from SRKCYCLES. And of course, I got my little brother with me. And anytime I got my little brother with me, that means we're going on a trip. Road trip! Yay! It's kind of the perfect storm in a good way. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, the day we get there. And as of right now, the vehicle doesn't start. So hopefully that gets solved. The vehicle that we'd be driving to get it and bringing it back, we got the trailer. The vehicle of choice, of course, a Ford Raptor. We do not have a Ford Raptor. Second vehicle of choice would be the Power Stroke van. Power Stroke van is in the shop. Transmission broke. Getting fixed. So, fifth down from all the things that were no cruise control, no back seats, no power windows, no power door locks, no nothing, and 220,000 miles. We will be taking the 3500 GMC Savannah van.
Golfers now make the video evidence public, and Holt has to admit he was wrong. I'm not trying to make any excuse other than I will beat you down like a dog.
What time is it? It is 10:37, and I don't know. We're not really making that great a time. I want to stop after New York and then grab a hotel, but I'm not trying to stop too late. We'll see how it goes. Apparently, what I saw back there was New York. New York is all around us. We are somewhere. New York's pretty big. So we'll probably stop in maybe the next half an hour, try to find a nice hotel. Alright, so we just went over a bridge. The bridge cost us $50. I am once again reminded of how I do not want to live in a city, especially New York. We end up stopping around 12. We get past New York, put about 4 hours underneath our belt. We're about 3.5 hours away. We wake up the next morning. The entire trip up there, driving the van, it is raining and freezing cold. The next day, same thing. It's just raining the entire time, freezing cold. Perfect weather to be driving a Viper for your first time. The most exciting thing about a Viper is that it is raw. There's no driver's aids. There's no ABS. There's no traction control. There's nothing. There's you, the pedal, and a tree. That's the only two things in the equation, 3 things in the equation. And it just makes it for a really fun car to drive.
Argument. He said, yeah, they have some value to it. I don't buy.
All right, so we're somewhere in Massachusetts. And we stopped to grab some food. Check that thing out. You guys see that? Don't know what that is. But it's definitely a thing. So we're about 2 hours away. We'll be there around 1 o'clock. Hopefully everything is still going good on their end. Alright, so even though it's crummy outside, we just got some good news. Just got text confirmation. Can you see that? It's up and running. My stomach was not feeling very good this morning, so I'm going to ease it in with some McDonald's.
He would,
March 11th. I found out from the DOC just by accident.
Hello, Dave. How are you?
down here.
So we got 6 hours underneath our belt, and we have ended up in a Vermont winter wonderland. Hopefully it's not snowing when we get there, and that we'll be able to get it on the trailer. So it has not, nor really ever been beneath me to run out of gas on a pretty important trip. We had this much left. We made it to a gas station. That's awesome. We were 20 minutes away, and I can't wait. How you feeling? How's the team feeling?
It's going great.
Going great.
Going great.
So something that's always a good idea to do is to use Google Earth or Google Maps and zoom in on the house that you're going to, so you know what it looks like. You know if it's a real house. You can tell a lot. If you're buying a bike from someone, it's a really nice, affluent neighborhood. Things start looking better. If it's like a trailer park, you might be a little more cautious. It's because people have money, can maintain things a little easier than people who don't have money, and that just makes sense. I did not do that with this, and if I pull up to a trailer park, I'm gonna be a little bit discouraged. Not sure what I'm gonna do. We'll see how this turns out. But I should have done that. That would have made sense. I normally do that. You don't want to buy a car at a place and the car is worth more than the house. That's what I'm trying to get at. Everyone else is plowing off their driveways as we speak. What are the chances they happen to have the only heated driveway in New Hampshire?
10%.
It's looking worse because even the road's not very plowed well. We meet the person. She's super nice. Now we've never met this person. We talked on the phone. I've only ever seen 15 pictures of the car before I drove up 8.5 hours. Meant, a whole day to get up there. We see everything. It pretty much is how she described. She was not the original owner, so she didn't know everything about it. That's fine.
Hi guys.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Perfect weather.
Beautiful. Are you Sean?
Yeah.
Lindsay.
That's my little brother David.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How was the trek?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
You made it.
Yeah, I'm here.
Was the weather horrible your whole way?
Yeah.
It's always really nice.
And that is a Dodge Viper. Clear bra. Hood's already popped, right? We just gotta pull it up.
Good, yeah. See if you want to sit.
So what's the what is the whole story behind it? It was your dad's?
Yeah, so my dad bought it, I want to say it was 98, and it was his just
You bought it in 98?
Yeah, off of someone. He was
Okay.
second owner.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was his like weekend car. It is one that he used, he ran, he enjoyed. Single guy, living it up. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So he put most of the miles on it.
Yeah.
And you never learned how to drive stick?
No, never. Which is so funny with a car history in my family, but
Right.
yeah, never happened.
And did your dad have any ownership in the Speedway?
He did not. No, he worked there. That was like his childhood job, and when my mom got married, she was working there as well.
Okay.
But yeah, he also my grandfather owned, which is now my uncle's, Belknap Tire, which is a big tire, car, automobile mechanic shop in Laconia.
So your grandfather started New Hampshire Motor Speedway?
What's now New Hampshire International Speedway. Yeah.
Hampshire.
It used to be Breyer Motorsport Park.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. So he sold it to Bob Baer, the current owner. Much different park now than it was then. But like I told you, it's kind of like that whole origin of Motorcycle Week. Are you familiar with Laconia's Bike Week at all?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So it's like a huge thing around here.
Okay.
That people come from all over. It's kind of like the Sturgis or like
Okay.
Daytona Beach has their big bike rallies.
Right.
There's one here in Laconia
Okay.
that he had kind of started to boost the interest in the sports.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's kind of traces back to him.
Oh, cool.
He also raced sled dogs too, which was kind of like a double
And that's what you got into.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have a husky right now?
I don't know. A black lab.
So, you have any idea how we need to go about getting this on the trailer?
I would just back it up. You have ramps from the trailer?
Thank you.
Yeah. My dad was a tall guy too, so.
Yeah, right. We do the deal, we exchange the paperwork, that all goes by very smoothly. A little goofy things with the title, because in New Hampshire, they don't issue titles for vehicles that are older than 1999. So if you have a 1998 vehicle, you don't even need a title to get it registered. It's kind of crazy. But so we had some issues with that. We're still dealing with that. That should be okay. I give her the cashier's check. She gives me the title. We wrap everything up. We shake hands. It's snowing. It's snowing/raining. Her driveway is completely covered in snow. The roads are covered in snow. I've got to get the Viper in the back of the trailer. Now, I was prepared for this. My trailer ramps are too steep. We have an extra set of ramps so we can lay on top of it. I was not prepared for it being wet. So that ends up being pretty interesting. All right, so here's the plan as of right now. I'm gonna turn the van around, face it on the road, and then we're gonna drive the Viper through this, put it up on this trailer frontwards instead of trying to back the Viper up on the trailer, which I think would be tough. Well, let's see how it goes. All right, so here's what we got going on here right now. The ramps, the way it sits, is way, way, way too steep. So we took apart these other ramps. We're strapping them to it. I'm hoping this should, hopefully it doesn't get too close right there. If not, we have to put some other ramps on top of that. It should be good. We'll see how this goes. when I got almost the whole way on, first of all, I'm looking at the sky. I get almost the whole way on, I just feel my back end spinning and then move over like a couple inches. I look back, we weren't bad, we were on the metal part. I didn't give it any gas, I just let off the clutch real slow. We brought it, I have no idea how we got this thing on here safely. That was crazy. Amen. Thank you, God. At this point in time, it's about 2 o'clock, and we just drove all through the night. And actually, in New Hampshire, it was dark. It was dark by like 2:30. 2:30 was nighttime. The whole trip was all nighttime. We ended up getting home around 12 o'clock. I parked the van, the trailer, and the car in my driveway at my house. Brought it here this morning, or not brought it here, brought it to the shop the next morning. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm back. We got the car safely back. Oh, actually, here's Caleb. I told him we didn't get it. I lied to him. I called him up and I'm like, yo, we didn't get it, man. Stuff was super sketchy. Let's see what.
Bro!
I lied to you.
You are so... I was so bummed out. My mom was at my house yesterday and I'm like... I was telling you and I was like, we were lighting the Christmas... Or not lighting the Christmas tree. We were putting the lights on the Christmas tree and I was like... They drove the whole way there. They didn't even get the Viper. I was like...
ruined your Christmas tree lighting?
I was like... I literally just sat down on the couch and I was like... I poured myself like another glass of wine and I was like... This is the... Bro!
You were gonna end it?
I was like... Oh, I was so bummed out. I was like, oh, he's gonna be looking now for another like 2 months.
Then me and Caleb got the thing off safely, without ripping any bumpers off, without touching anything. And then we, that was it. That's how we brought back the Dodge Viper. Now we have to deal with, make sure the title issue is good. It does need some things. It's got one fairly major problem that we're trying to troubleshoot. That'll be in the next video. But I have been driving it, and it turns a lot of heads. It is super fun. I'm really enjoying it. Although, if anything, it's just it's too nice of a car for me. I've never owned anything over $4,000, except for the Goblin, and I really couldn't ride it on the street. So, guys, stay tuned. We have more videos. We got stuff going on with the Dyna, the dump truck bike. We should know about that pretty soon. Joe is still rebuilding the CB motor. I have no idea how much that's going to cost me. And we got some more Viper stuff coming down. Get ready for next week. We'll see you guys later. Do not forget to subscribe. Remember, it's not what you're riding, but where you're going.